Okay, YouTube. Let's see what the rest of your July looks like. This reading will be just what to expect for the rest of this month. If this one doesn't resonate though, I did do another for the rest of July over on my TikTok if you want to check that one out. But the song that TikTok picked for this was It's You by Ali Ghati. I hope I didn't butcher that because I love his music. That song, It's You, and also Butterflies. Love those songs. So hopefully I'm not butchering his name. Ali Ghati, It's You. So listen to those lyrics because that could be for you, a message for you. Or another sign this could be for you. You've just got a new necklace. I just got this necklace. You can't see it, but it's got the little Virgo symbol on it. What else? You might be very tired right now. But anyway, if this is your collective, this is what to expect for the rest of this month, from now till the end of July. So let's get into it. What can this collective expect for the rest of this month, please? Okay, so we've got 28, 35, and 9, and 12. Man, anchor, and dolphins. You or the querent, a person you know, boyfriend, fiance, spouse, love interest, a masculine energy. So again, because when I opened TikTok, it automatically picked It's You by Ali Ghati. That could be a message from this person, this masculine energy. But anchor, stable, enduring, solid, steady, restrained, secure, persevere, willpower, long-lasting, persists, advantage, and fortitude. And that reminds me of a divine masculine, actually, because they are the anchor. They do keep you, because the feminine energy is very intuitive, and they're more in the top chakras and the things you can't see, your intuition. The masculine help ground the feminine, protect her, keep her safe, anchor her to the earth. But they make you feel secure. They're steady and solid and stable. So if this is describing this man, this masculine energy, they might be ready to persevere with you and come forward. Especially with this Dolphins card, because that's all about peace, harmony, helpful, effective communication. So this masculine might be ready to come in with peaceful communication to resolve past issues, but also it's about being playful, it's humor, it's fun, it's in tune with others, so they might feel quite in tune with you right now. Collaboration and joy. That's really nice. Far cry from the TikTok collective today. So the overall message I'm getting from this top row is that this person wants to come in and communicate in a peaceful way. Someone that's ready to persevere with fixing things, I just heard. Yeah, communication, thank you. Number 27. Can you see that? Letter, writing, communication, fax, email, mail, notes. I just heard this person's written in their, that notes app on the iPhone. I'm seeing someone who's written so many notes, they've written so many messages that they've not sent you. It's like, or they've written out so many different ways what they want to say to you in their notes app and never sent it. Records, news, memo, making contact, info, written documents. So for that to confirm, man, And that's 28 and 27, so maybe those are ages. But this man wants to communicate with this collective that's watching. And I think they've written and rewritten a million different messages and never sent them, but I think they're ready to. $35 could be a significant age too, maybe when you met them, or your age now, or their age, and also 9, so September. Fire, so this person could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but enthusiastic, creative, forceful, ego-centered, passionate, spontaneous, impulsive, hot-tempered, sexy, larger than life, inspiration, excitement, expect the unexpected. So to me, not only do I think you're not expecting this person to come in soon, but you're not expecting them to be so stable and want to offer you something that is secure, especially if your memory of this person, they're quite impulsive and they're quite fiery and hot-tempered. You're not expecting them to come in with a solid offer. You're not. That's why they're saying expect the unexpected. The memory of this person in your head from when you last knew them isn't who they are anymore. And it's not to say that they've like completely changed. It just means that I think this person as well, they know to come in with this communication that they need to be stable and steady and give you security, not be impulsive, not be ego-centered and forceful. Forceful, yes, but in a way that's like, I know what I want, you're what I want, and I want a future together, and be very direct, but not forceful in like a controlling way. This person as well, their personality, they might be quite larger than life, quite a playful, childlike person in the best way. I'm seeing someone who's like a wise old soul, but still like a child at heart, so they can still have fun, be silly, go on adventures. Okay, dolphins. Oh, you got 2 for that. Hang on. Okay, so oh no, there was heaps that came out with that. Hang on. So wow, Saturn, the regulator. So Saturn as well is a big, is the planet for learning lessons. So you can either learn them the easy way or the hard way, but either way, you will learn this lesson, and we will keep hounding you with this same lesson, whether it's the same lesson but a different body, whatever it is, they're going to keep giving it to you. But accomplishment, duty, responsibility, completion of cycles, governing time and matter. So time away from this person as well for you both to learn certain lessons and grow. But structure, I think this person wants to have structure with you too. Achievement, commitments, inner commitment with you. Boundaries, integration, restriction, the world. So something's coming full circle to be completed and to start a new beginning. Integrating the lessons that have been learnt in this time apart. The boundaries that each other will have, like deal breakers in a relationship. Things that you need that are part of your core values to make a relationship work. But number 8, so August could be significant. Maybe the 12th of August or the 8th of December. But number 13, the elephant, so gentle, lucid dreams. This person, you might be appearing in this person's dreams a lot too, but have your wits about you. Powerful, wise, trust, telepathy, supportive, obstacles removed. I think as well, Saturn has not only been there to teach you both lessons in this time apart, but it's also been pushing you both to overcome obstacles so that you can then realign and be together. Number 17, the raccoon, problem solver. So you can solve problems together. Relationships can have ups and downs, but you face the challenge together. Ask questions, curious. You could be a mum, by the way. Sorry for their interruption. Adaptive. That's actually quite funny because, as I said, ask questions. My little one came over to ask a question. So I think maybe this person coming in might want to ask you some questions, or there might be just things that you two need to resolve it's been this lingering thing that was never cleared up. Creative, entrepreneur, mischievous, scavenger, resourceful and clever. And then we've got fixed. So you might be a fixed sign, but Taurus, Scorpio and Leo are fixed signs. So again, you got fire here. So maybe this person's a Leo. So they're a fire sign, but they're a fixed sign, which is Leo. Middle of the season, purpose-driven, secure, confident, gets it done. So again, this person wants to come in with a secure, steady offer. They want to be more reliable. If this person was quite impulsive in the past and spontaneous, not that spontaneity is bad, you want that in life, it gives that sense of adventure. But if they were very in and out, especially if they were ego-centered, they know that they need to be more reliable. Because for you, say for instance, a core value for you is needing the person that you're in a romantic relationship with to be dependable, and they weren't dependable in the past. They know that that's something that they need to be in order to be your partner. Bold, brave, conservative, count on it, no reflex. No, now is not the time. So it might even be that these lessons that Saturn is presenting to you both is what needs to be cleared right now. So now's not the time for them to come in. But Clover, luck is on your side. Number 2, happy coincidence, unexpected rendezvous. So they might even though I'm saying they're not going to be as impulsive, they might reach a point where, especially because I said they've written and rewritten a million messages and never sent them, they might reach a point where they impulsively send the next message that they do right because they just don't want to wait anymore. So it might come across to you as impulsive, but you don't know that they've written a million messages in this time apart and never sent them, and then now they just get this impulse to actually hit send this time. And that will be unexpected for you. Like it said, expect the unexpected. A fling, good fortune, carefree, a reward, flirt, short-lived. So before, when you were together, it might have been a very short-lived, like whirlwind romance. But I think that this person definitely wants to offer you a long-term stable commitment. And I just noticed this sticking out. What do you want? Do you want this person? Do you want to hear from them? Okay, so let's see how you view this person and the connection. How does this collective view this person that wants to come in? Red thread bond, straight out the gate. So you believe this person's on the end of your red thread, that you're destined. I have my little red thread that I found a couple of weeks ago. It was on the floor, on the ground right in front of me. So I decided that it's a little charm for me. But yeah, red thread bond, it's basically this person was always destined to be in your life, and no matter what happens for the both of you and how tangled that string gets or how far it stretches, you always find your way back to one another. So I think you feel that there's a deep connection to this person. Kundalini. So you think that this person awakened you, that it put you onto your spiritual path to clear wounds, that you have had trapped inside you for a long time that cause you to act out in a way that doesn't really speak to your character, and same for them too, doesn't really speak to who you truly want to be and your character, but it's like triggers that were caused by wounds that you brought out in one another, needed to be soothed, healed. And again, when those triggers happen, if you two do decide to do this and reunite and those triggers happened, how are you going to handle it differently this time? That will really be a test of how much healing you've done, to see how you both handle the triggers when they come up. But you think that this person triggered this awakening for you. Married. You could have been married to this person, or marriage was a long-term commitment was already discussed. Maybe you were engaged to this person, but I'm also hearing it like, you know, those people that get married and then even when their partner dies, they never remarry, because in their heart, they are still married to that person, even if they've passed away. I'm hearing that it's like this soul connection so deep that even when you've been apart, you still feel married to this person. Like they're your person no matter what. So you haven't really been able to move on to anyone else because you still have this strong loyalty to this person, because you just feel like it's like the marriage is like spiritual. So even if you weren't actually married to this person, or if you were just engaged and never got to the marriage part, you spiritually feel married to this person. Red thread bond. Age gap. So there could be an age gap, but also just maturity levels. For that to be red thread bond, I think that you see this connection as fated, and that this is your person, this is the person you're destined to be with, but that you had to separate because there was lessons to learn, but as well you might believe that they had a lot of growing up to do. It could be, you might even be the same age as this person, but you feel like their emotional maturity, they hadn't had as many lessons in life as when it comes to relationships and love as you. So when conflict came up in your connection, it was always the end of the world, and like it was a breakup every time, because they didn't realize at the time any kind of conflict seemed like made them think the relationship was toxic. So they didn't have the life lessons yet to, again, be the right partner for you, which came out in that first part where it was like they're very impulsive and hot-tempered. And these are things that really flared up in them when they were triggered. So whereas you might have been more emotionally mature, maybe more balanced, and you can't force life lessons into someone. So at the end of the day, the separation had to happen so that in that time apart, they learnt these lessons. Kundalini. Destiny. So passion. So as well, the passion you had for this person really, that was a big part of what woke you up, awakened you, and it really forced you to start working your way through the blocks that you were keeping you trapped in life. But for destiny to confirm married, again, I think that your higher self and your angels, like spiritually, you feel married to this person. This person's your destiny. They're on the end of your red thread. You're destined to be with this person for the rest of your life, through all of eternity, every lifetime. Acceptance. I think you're sitting in acceptance about what this actually is to you and what it means to you, but you're not chasing it. You know that when it's supposed to come in, you will realign and come back together. So that's nice. Okay. Let's see what's blocking this right now.
What is blocking this connection right now? Just can't get enough. I'm addicted and I just can't get enough. Okay, so we've got anxiety, we've got too attached, we've got criticizing, and we've got burnt out with stuck in the past. So I think that's a big block here, is being stuck in your head, both of you, about the destruction of the connection the last time. And even if there's been some points of contact since the initial separation, but it's been very turbulent, like it's just been trigger points basically. It hasn't been any declarations of wanting to try again or fixing this. It's just been like turmoil. But it's given you both a lot of anxiety, but you could have had anxiety, could have been a big mental health issue for you in the connection, but you were afraid to get close to someone. They are scared too. Give them a chance. So I think there's going to be a fear on both ends of, especially if you've done this a couple of times with this same person, it's like you don't want to repeat the cycle. But if this has been the longest you've gone no contact, or the longest you've ever been separated from this person, I think the divine have played a big part in here in keeping this separation going, so that the lessons could be learned, so that when you do reconnect again, it's for good this time. I think you're both scared to give each other another chance because you haven't seen the new versions of each other, the more grown-up versions of each other. But too attached, give your partner some breathing room. Being too needy drives them away. So to me, that just says that there might have been a bit of codependency issues in the past where you were both like just living in each other's pocket and there was no breathing room. And you both might have loved that at the time, but there needs to be a healthy balance. So that you're actually able to miss one another and have your own things going on, so that it's like at the end of the day when you come back to each other, you actually have something to talk about and you're excited to see one another. Quality over quantity. But criticizing, there might have been a lot of criticisms as well. That might have been the triggers. So even though you say if you were criticizing them, but you were you were coming from a place of constructive criticism because you were wanting the connection to grow and expand, but your person was triggered by it and just thought that they could never do anything right and that nothing they did made you happy, so it would trigger them and it would cause arguments. But in your head, you were coming from a place of with their well-being in mind, of their well-being, but the well-being of the connection and trying to grow it. They couldn't see that way, and that also might be something that they've learned too since they've been away from you, that grievances that you might have brought up that they just saw as you criticizing them all the time was you actually trying to fix the relationship and make it grow. You may have seen TikToks even where people talk about how whenever she's fighting you, she still cares. When she goes quiet, that's when she's given up and she's stopped trying. But you just don't recognize that in the moment. You might think, oh God, thank God she stopped criticizing me, but it's because she stopped trying at that point. So she's not going to bring up issues. When she's bringing up the issues, it's because she wants to work it out. But I think the connection in the past burned you both out. It just got too much in the end that it had to end. Because it was just like hitting your head against a brick wall. It wasn't gonna get fixed in the state that it was in. Time and space was needed here. But you felt emotionally burnt out by this connection. I think so did they. Retreat and recover before continuing. So again, time and space was needed so that you could come back together. But I think to truly welcome a new beginning with this person, the fear of what happened in the past needs to be let go of, but part of letting it go is having conversations together to clear up these miscommunications and the damage that was caused last time. It's not about letting it go where you don't even acknowledge what happened before, because that's not healthy either. Things need to be acknowledged, and also through time and
action that things will be different this time. And when those triggers come up again, addressing the triggers in the moment, or calming down and then addressing the triggers in a more healthy way, so that you can actually let the past grievances go truly in a healthy way. Okay, so let's see what this person's intentions are towards you. What is this person's intentions towards the collective, please? Metamorphosis. Embrace the tender transition between past forms and future possibilities as illuminated by the transformative butterfly again. So in this time away, you two have transformed. But I want to say this person must have seen your transformation. Because for this to be their intention towards you, I think that they also know that they need to acknowledge the past and the damage that was done, so that a new beginning can be formed. Ignite your soul. So I think that they have a lot of passion towards you, and this could also be another confirmation that this person's a fire sign. But embrace the mysteries of life, stay open-minded, and embrace the wisdom that unfolds from every experience, the wisdom you two have gained from what happened in the past and the things that you have grown from in this separation. But I think as well, the passion that they have for you is stronger than ever. I don't think it really left them, but when you think something's over, you try your best to do things to move on from that person, but I don't think you've ever really left their mind. Sky of clarity. They want to come in with clarity and truth with you. They know that the past needs to be discussed and apologies are needed and time and action needs to be consistent. They need to be dependable, but they want to give you clarity, and they also their intention is to give you clarity, but they also have received clarity about what you mean to them, or that they want a future with you. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity where insights are as infinite as the azure expanses. So your connection has limitless potential. I want to see how they view you actually after I get these. And I'll get some spirit animals too. Gentle release. So again, releasing the past, but in a gentle way, like being able for them to come in and take accountability for the damage they caused in the past, so that it actually can be released authentically, not in a let's bury this and pretend it never happened kind of mentality. Let's face the issues that we had head on so we can heal and actually have a fresh beginning. Let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. I think this is nice for their intention towards you. It shows a willingness to learn and knowing that they need to be dependable and be very clear with you on their intentions. Serene haven. You two can be a serene haven for each other. Embrace tranquility as your refuge, where serenity blossoms and peace enfolds your being. Oh, yeah, please. Trust yourself. So they need to trust themselves to come forward to you. I think maybe there was a lot of confusion here for them for a long time, why they couldn't get you off their mind and why they couldn't seem to move on from you even though they were trying to. Let your intuition be the compass that leads you through murky waters. So they're trusting in their feelings for you, what you mean to them and what they want to come to you. And this is also about you trusting yourself, trusting your intuition when this person decides to come forward. What is your body telling you? Because your fear will cause anxiety, but your intuition will make you calm. So think of it that way. Clear mind. Clear your mind. So even if they come in and it makes you quite anxious, give yourself time to settle before responding. really let yourself get clear and balanced before you reply, instead of replying out of that anxious mind. Sweep away any doubts that you have and know that you were right. So their intention is to clear any doubts that you might have about their intention towards you. So that's really nice. So let's get how they view you. I want to get the journey, and then also I want to get a spirit animal for how they see you. So how do they view you in this connection, please? How does this person view the collective in this connection? Friends, so maybe on their side, friends was a big pain point, as in friends were a big part of what ended this last time. The influence of outsiders. Maybe as well, I'm hearing a lot of opinions and a lot of gossip. I think for that to be the first card to come out, I think this person is very aware of the outside influences that affected this connection. Chaser, so they want to chase you, but maybe they're also going over the fact that you're the one that put in more effort last time, way more effort than them, and they know that they're going to have to pull their weight this time. And maybe even for a while, they're going to have to be the one that's pulling more of the weight, because they need to prove to you that they are serious this time. Ancient Egypt. So I always said, and it's interesting, all these colours are very similar. It's reminding me, orange is... I can't remember which chakra orange is, but there's some... It's not sacral, because sacral's yellow. Solar plexus. It's either solar plexus or sacral, but either way, I want to say with all those colours, they're definitely clearing out that chakra right now, clearing out blocks from that chakra. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's sacral and solar plexus that they're clearing, but either way, that's the two middle ones. But ancient Egypt, they see this as like how you got red thread bond. They see that they have many lives with you, past lives, and they also might be clearing past life karma. Yellow, there's definitely something that they're clearing in their sacral and solar, because this is a lot of yellow and orange, and even a little bit of red for the root chakra. So I want to say that this is the masculine, and that the feminine is the one that is the collective watching, because the masculines are very ruled by the lower chakras, because they're more about logic and the 3D and earthly matters, and then the feminine is like the higher chakras, because they live in intuition and the unseen. So your person, I think, is clearing these chakras right now, because there's so much orange and yellow and red. So I think they're clearing these lower chakras, their root, their sacral, and their solar plexus, because this is so much yellow and orange. But I think that they believe that this was right person, wrong time, and they think that as well. They were very, I heard the word hypnotized, but very seduced by outside influences and opinions and gossip around your connection. And I think they're very aware of that. It could even be part of one of their lessons, was learning who were genuine connections in their life and who they need to get rid of. They got red thread bond too. You're mirroring. They feel like you're on the end of their red thread. You both feel the same. Wow, that's amazing. You're mirroring each other. So you both think you're on each other's red thread. But I see this healing card to confirm ancient Egypt as needing to heal lifetimes of karma, all the lifetimes that you two didn't end up coming together. Either you lost one another through heartbreak, betrayal, or actually like losing one another, like as in ending, this has been lifetimes of healing, not just healing the damage that was done in this lifetime, but all lifetimes that you two have found each other. There's been so much karmic clearing happening. So I think your person's quite spiritual and has a lot of beliefs in the unseen as well. But for you both to get that same card, and children. So either children was discussed, you wanted to start a family with them, or they're thinking about how they'd want to have a family with you. And there also could be have been pregnancies with this person in the past as well. Wow. Okay, so with that, as you both got red bond, I want to get some of these 20 cards. Actually, no, sorry. First, I'll get the spirit animals. One for you and one for them. Hang on. They're all flipped over. All right. How do they view you right now? How are they seeing you currently? The oyster, beautiful. The oyster's all about finding the pearl within. So again, if they've seen you transforming, you found that pearl within you and you're shining for the world to see. They might even see you as being quite guarded and having this tough shell, this tough exterior, but they know that there's this beautiful soft shell inside you. That's nice. All right, what about them? What is their current energy? The fire ant, that's been coming out a lot lately. I really think this person's a fire sign. I'm feeling Leo because of the fact that the fixed sign card came out, and Leo is the only fire sign that's fixed. So I want to say that potentially this person has Leo in their chart, whether it's their sun, their moon, their rising, however it resonates, it's heavily in their chart. I'm getting as well, because oyster's water, I'm getting a lot of this at the moment where it's a fire and water pairing. The water card always changes, but fire ant is always the masculine energy that comes out. Again, impulsive, quick to anger, hot-tempered, impulsive, rushes things, is a bit of a follower. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. They follow other people. So that as well, seduced by outside influences and gossip around your connection, that's a lesson they had to learn. So again, even if they came across as someone that was very secure in themselves and didn't follow, they actually were in fact very impressionable and did take on other people's opinions and gossip about you and the connection. So let me find the pages. All right, so then first, the fire ant, aggression, rigid thinking, and following orders. So I think as well they had misaligned loyalties where people that they were very, very loyal to, burn the world for these people. Misaligned, completely aligned to the wrong people. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. So this person, again, quick to anger. And if you're a water sign and you're quite sensitive, more on the anxious side, more of a crier, I say this a lot. If there's someone that when they're angry because they're triggered, they mock you and they call you names or they attack your character, that is a big obstacle that they need to heal, because that's who you are. So they need to love that side of you if they want the loving side. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances, friends, rather than those that counter them. So again, if you were they saw you as always criticizing them, but you loved them and wanted them to grow, whereas they wanted to sit back with the people that didn't care if they grow or not and just enabled their bad behavior because they weren't ready to change yet. So they saw you as the enemy and listened to bad advice and listened to bad opinions about you, so that they could continue to be unbalanced because they weren't ready to grow yet. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. I
I think this person blamed you for a long time because, again, they weren't ready to grow. So they kept these loyalties to people they shouldn't, because those people fed their imbalances and their influence was negative. You may also find yourself stewing on a personal situation, only making things worse. So I think this person had a habit of catastrophizing as well. So anytime that they sensed your energy was a bit off, or you were pulling away, or you were criticizing them, they would come up with all the worst case scenarios in their head and then be like, rah, and you're just thinking, what the F? And then also since you, because they don't know what's going on in your life and they have no contact with you, they're just coming up with all the worst case scenarios of why, which is another reason why they probably have written a million messages and not hit send, only making things worse. How can you break free from drama and cool down? I think this person was very drawn to drama before. Follower. Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. So again, with this fire ant, they are sensitive just like you. But instead of being anxious or a crier, when they're triggered, they get angry and aggressive, nasty, callous, cruel. And because your sensitivity, you're quite emotional, that would have hit you so hard and been so painful, because if someone's screaming at you and calling you names or mocking you, and you're a sensitive soul, that would be soul destroying. But their sensitivity is also their strength, but they use aggression and that fiery nature as a reaction to protect themselves. That's how they put a wall up. Whereas if you become withdrawn and kind of cower, that's your way of putting your wall up. They're like, rah, as their wall. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. So again, they come across as very like cool, like nothing affects them, happy-go-lucky, positive, but really it's because they don't know how to be vulnerable. That they actually do build up all these feelings to the point of explosion because they are letting it get to them, but they're bottling it up. When in balance, thoughtful and disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat and gossips. So I think this person really has an issue with like getting in the middle of drama and I'm seeing someone who acts like the knight in shining armor who's coming in to like mediate the situation, but it's not because it's because they have a desire to just be in the middle of it all. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. So despite the negative sides of this fire ant, I think that this person has a lot of passion towards you, and their fiery nature it's also a good thing, because they're quite playful and a child at heart, and they love to have fun and laugh and enjoy life. That's a good thing. And they might even bring that out in you, especially if you're someone that's quiet or you're sensitive in the way that you withdraw. You kind of go in your shell, oyster, you go within the shell and you hide a bit. This person brings out that adventurous, fun-loving side of you as well. That's a beautiful thing. Again, red thread bond or twin flames, you balance each other out, yin yang. So maybe this person has gone into solitude and they've been working on their eruptive nature, and they recognize that they can be quite cruel when they're triggered, and that's something that they've been working on. So that's good. All right, so let's find oyster. Okay, so patient. You could have been very patient with this person and given them multiple chances, and they just burnt, because you did get that card that said burned out. So they might have really just emotionally burned you out. But secret keeper. But I'm not seeing that as a negative. I'm seeing that as someone very trustworthy, someone that is like a steel trap when it comes to secrets. If you're loyal to, or even if you're not loyal to someone, if someone shares something with you,
You don't easily give up that information. Even, for instance, say with your person, if people were trying to get information about them, even after you two had separated, you were still a steel trap. You wouldn't give up any information on your person because you still are protective. Hiding inner treasures. So again, that's them seeing that you have this beautiful pearl within you, but you close it up in this clamshell. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. So you could be quite a determined person, very focused. Anything which might have made you a bit nitpicky which is why they felt criticized by you a lot. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. I think this person sees you as graceful and charming and quite beautiful, especially if they know there's that pearl within. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful. This is you. And this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. So how they become cold and callous and rah when they're triggered. When you're triggered, you go into your shell. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. So I think this person's seen your transformation and they see that you're actually, you've opened your shell and you're sharing that pearl within to the world. I think that they see you as not hiding anymore. And that also might be inspiring them to come forward because you're living in your authentic self. You're showing your pearl within. You're not hiding in the shadows anymore, withdrawing from the world. They can see you putting yourself out there. So that's beautiful. They think you're beautiful, graceful, charming. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, and masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, clams up. To bring into balance, share something. So I think they're seeing you share things. So you might be posting in some way, shape or form, but they've seen your transformation. I think they're seeing you share stuff now. You're sharing your inner wisdom, your inner pearl. That's really nice. So even though I know the fire ant came across as very negative, but I think this is quite a playful person, and where you clam up, they bring out that fun side of you it's there and it's beautiful and they see it, but their energy brings that out in you. And also to balance each other out, it might be as well that you help them come to terms with their vulnerable side and learning that their sensitivity isn't a negative thing. It's just in how you communicate with people. And they bring out your fun side, and that is how you balance each other. It's about balancing the fun, adventurous stuff with the sensitive, being vulnerable, and actually, instead of bottling things up, sharing with one another so that you can become stronger together. Okay, so let's get some twin flame cards, and then I'll get some messages. We'll see what's coming next. Communication, there you go. But in that very first part, you got that card that said letters. I think communication is coming soon. And number 7, July. So July is important here because this whole reading was about what to expect for the rest of this month. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. Especially if they've got karmic ties with these friends and potentially family as well. Number 2, mission. I know this is more than a relationship and that there is a higher purpose to our connection. Number 7 again, July. And you could be seeing 777 a lot. Luck is on your side. Karmic ties, there you go. What did I say? They're clearing karmic ties, which is why they're saying I'll contact you when I'm able to, but right now my life is too complicated to bring you into it. They don't want to bring mess to your table. I've been giving my power away to people in my life, family and friends. I'm learning to set boundaries, especially because if let's be honest, if these people were able to say bad things about you, it means your person allowed it, and they also spoke badly of you. So they need to set boundaries with those people to protect you. If they want to be with you, they need to protect you from these people and these odious opinions. Okay, so the 7th of June or the 6th of July could be significant, but telepathic messages. When I let myself go deeper into thoughts of you, I can feel my heart opening. So I think as well, in this separation for a long time, they were doing everything to distract themselves, especially with these karmic ties. But when they're in balance and they think of you, they know you're their person. And they know that they love you. But when they start doubting themselves and they overthink and they catastrophize, that is when they start getting confused about what this connection is. But they know, their higher self knows that you're the one. The 2nd of September or the 9th of February, communication again. I wish I could say what I really feel. Someday I will, but right now I'm afraid to be myself. So again, they're not contacting you right now because they need to cut. I don't know why I went to say clean. They need to clean up their side. They need to clean up some messes and cut ties with some people and also set boundaries with some people, especially if it is family. But friends came out here. There's definitely a karmic tie with friends here that they need to clear up before they come to you. And as well, I think that they need to say all the things that they want to say to you. They want to clear this stuff up first. Number 3, so the 7th of March or the 3rd of July, timing and intentions, divine timing. This journey is teaching us one of the most important spiritual lessons, patience. Patience and trust that this is going to come back together and that you two can have a very happy life together. It's just about being patient with the things that are going on in each other's lives, that it's orchestrated to bring you two back into alignment. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. Again, that anger issues they need to deal with, and I think that's what they've been doing. But 7 again, so 777, July, pivotal point. Okay, so what was it I wanted to get? Oh, Time Island Wellness. Okay. The rest of this month, please. What to expect for the rest of this month. Girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. I think this is them setting boundaries of people in their life that have odious opinions of you, of the connection. They also might even be hesitant to be telling these people that they want to move back towards you because of the damage that they know they've caused, as in, the damage they caused with you, but as in the opinions that they let affect them, to then let all this bad stuff be said about you, but then turn around and say, hey, I want to get back with this person. It's like they dug themselves a hole by talking badly of you, to then come back and say, I know I said this, this, and this about them, but I actually want them back. Because then you have to take accountability for how you twisted things to make you sound worse than you were, or to make them feel justified in how they treated you. So that might be a block here too, that they're nervous about having to tell the people in their lives that they want to come be with you again, because they're going to be like, why would you want to be with that person when you said they did this, 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 and this? And your person has to dig themselves out of that hole they created. And it's embarrassing, but part of stepping up and being in that masculine energy is taking accountability. Just being like, look, I'll be honest with you, like I exaggerated this, or I did this, this, and this, but I wasn't ready to face it yet. So wedding rings. union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. So this might be something else they say to these people. Listen, I realize I made a lot of mistakes in this connection. I caused a lot of damage with this person. I actually know that I want to be married to them. And you got married in your part. I believe this is my person and I want to try and make it work with them. So you either accept that or you don't. But regardless of your opinion, I'm still going to go towards this person. And they've set boundaries with these people. Ascending. I think they're transcending obstacles right now. I think this family and friend thing where they need to speak up and set boundaries with these people is their obstacles that they're transcending right now. Learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So I think for this month, these realizations about setting boundaries with people, telling them this is the person I want to be with, accept it or don't, but this is what I'm doing, so deal with it, is preparing them for union with you. Because it's also going to make, if they're able to stand up to these people when it comes to you, they are going to be a better partner for you as well, because they're going to have that self-confidence and be like, I'm ready to offer you something now and I'm ready to protect you properly this time, and I'm not going to let these friends or family interfere ever again. And that might be a boundary for you if you were to say to them, look, every time you speak to these people or spend time with them and you come back to me, you start treating me differently, and that's just not acceptable. I don't want to deal with that again. And if they have acknowledged it and they're taking accountability, they will listen to that boundary. But they've seen changes in you, but you need to show each other the changes that you've gone through. Separation. So they're going over the fact that this girl with a snake, so it could be a female influence, a mother, a female friend, a sister, whoever, that they have to put boundaries up with, and how it caused this separation. They've been thinking about you the whole time, missing you. They've been sad. They've been yearning for you. But because they were unsure of the future, because of the hole they dug themselves, and because of the influence of this girl with a snake, this is what they're going over in their mind. And again, if this is someone that's prone to catastrophizing, it's another obstacle they've had to overcome. But for love to confirm wedding rings, it doesn't get much clearer than that. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. They want to offer you this everlasting promise. Especially, there might be an element of having to prove themselves too, especially if this, because you got married in your part, if this was promised before, to give you that security that it actually is going to be till death do us part this time. There's an element of needing to prove it this time. But this soul connection, it's this eternal love, like in their part about how they see this connection, many lives, every lifetime you found one another. But they want union, wedding, married, ascending. I just heard as well, it might even be that something about the wedding caused arguments as well. Ascending. So if you were planning an engagement or planning a wedding and there was arguments around that, but seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. So I think whoever this, because your first card is girl with a snake and your last card is seduction. So I want to say, I don't think it's a romantic interference, but I think it's an interference of someone that they're close to. This could be an obstacle for the rest of this month that this person's needing to work through. But coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savouring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. So I think you didn't get any communication cards though. So I think that this person, for the rest of this month, it's kind of leading up to this person finally taking the courage to communicate with you. But at the moment, they're in kind of like transcending obstacles, but also planning. They're in planning mode, I feel. like this ascending card says, preparing for union. I think they're preparing themselves, they're getting ready to, and they're also working through this karmic tie, this girl with a snake, this third party interference. So let's get messages from them. What do they want to say to you? I love your swag, you were the whole package. I'm tired of the silent treatment. I want to sit down and talk about this once and for all. Clear the air. Take accountability for the damage done in the past. I hate that I hurt you again. So the damage that they've caused here, the interferences, the cruelty. I hate that I hurt you. You didn't deserve this. Please don't blame yourself. It was my fault. So they know they need to come in and take accountability. Again, coming in secure and offering real stability and setting boundaries with these people. I tried to replace you, but it didn't work out because I'm madly in love with you and I was fighting it. I know this is divine. So again, even if they say they moved on to someone quite quickly after you, might have been easier to begin with, but they were just running from their problems. It rarely works out with someone that you jump into a relationship with straight after you just ended something very serious, because you're just not willing, you don't want to look at yourself yet. So you're just thinking another person's going to fix it, and they learned that just doesn't work. But to confirm, I'm tired of the silent treatment. I'm at a crossroads. Should I fight for this or move on? Relationships are a lot of work. Being single is easier. I think this is just their catastrophizing and their overthinking mind, trying to keep it. This is what they're working through right now before they're going to be able to finally come through with this communication. One more. I'm not happy in my current situation. I'm miserable without you. So even though they've got these people around them, it's not like they're happy, especially if there's someone that is very good at putting up this front that they're like, everything's fine, I'm such a happy person. They're not really inside because they're not with you. I don't care what people think anymore. I've been given bad advice. I'm listening to my intuition. I know you are the one. Again, the influences in their life, the people they let get in between this. And again, as well, the fact that if these people are still in their life, having to set boundaries and say, I know I said all this crap about this person, but I actually was in the wrong and I caused a lot of damage here, and this is actually someone I want to be with. I am going to reach out to them and try again. Either accept it or don't, but this is what I'm doing. I don't need your opinions anymore. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing. So you'll either support me or you won't, but I'm doing it regardless. They don't care anymore. They also need to, I think they're going to step up to the plate as far as when it comes to protecting you against these people and their opinions. Okay. And that's good. You want a partner to protect you. And as well, in the past, if that caused arguments too, where if these people had bad opinions of you and then you tried to defend yourself and your person got angry and stuck up for those people that were talking shit about you, that's not okay too. Moving forward, it needs to be, if these people are saying stuff about me and I want to defend myself, you have to have my back. You can't shut me down and tell me I'm in the wrong because I'm trying to stick up for what they're saying about me. Does that make sense? All right, let's get a couple of these. Oh, that's way too many. Clarity. Ace of Swords. There's a lot of about this person knowing that they need to come in with clear intentions and also to give you honesty and clarity, so that to put your mind at ease. I'm obsessed with your body, number 15. I want you to choose. So that's them kind of wanting you to reach out first, but also, I mean, at the end of the day, they can come in with an offer, but it is up to you whether you accept the offer or not, or give them another chance. So when they say, I want you to choose, I don't think it's that they're not taking charge of the situation, but they can take charge. They can come in and say, I want to be with you. But in the end, you have to either say, okay, let's give this a go, or not. You need to choose. Number 2, I need more balance. Again, I think you both are needing to work on balancing your lives right now, so that when they're ready to come in and communicate, you can give to each other properly. You have the bandwidth to give them, and they have the bandwidth to give to you. But the 1st of February or the 2nd of January, so New Year could be significant here. That's coming out a lot lately too. Number 7, again, the 15th of July. So mark that down. The 15th of July could be a significant turning point here, or a point of communication. Do you even see me that way? So for that to confirm, I'm obsessed with your body. They are very attracted to you. They know they want to be with you. They know that this is a red thread bond, but they don't know if you see them that way. But you're mirroring each other, because you both got red thread bond. So the 15th of July here. I'm sorry, poked out. So they know they need to apologize. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? So especially if they're seeing you show your pearl within, and they see you as so graceful and charming and sharing this divine wisdom, this pearl within, they also might be having some insecurities and see you shining and think, well, you're doing so well without me. I don't want to come in and ruin everything. Why would this person even need me? Look how much they're flourishing a lot on their own. But I don't want to lose you. So even though they're thinking, why do you need me? They still are going to come in because they don't want to lose you again. But the 9th of April or the 4th of September is significant here. Seek professional advice. I really heavily see that as if you say to them, okay, let's make this work, but I want to go to therapy. If they say, no, we don't need it. If you're going to make me go to therapy, then I don't want this. Then there's your answer. Because asking a partner to go to therapy, let's be real, it's because they want it to work. They want to have all the tools possible at their disposal to make things work with you. So why is it a negative? In this day and age, it's strange to me that people are so prideful when it comes to therapy. Because I know so many men that have from their own, what was the word I was trying to find? Anyway, they've taken the initiative themselves, especially when they've had anger issues, to go get therapy, go get help in regards to certain issues, and they've become such a better person for it, and they openly talk about it with their mates and their family, and how much it's impacted them in the best way. And I wish more men would speak up about going to therapy, especially when there's so much online now about male loneliness epidemic and all this stuff, and they're so angry at women like it's women's fault. But women have been taking a stand and saying, I don't want to settle anymore for subpar behaviour. I don't want to be with a man that just makes my life harder. I'm happier being single. So because there's less women settling for these mediocre men, these men are blaming women for their loneliness epidemic, but they're not going to each other for support and saying, hey men, how do we lift each other up? How do we become better so that women actually want to be with us? Does that make sense? It's not to attack, it's that women feel safer alone. And even that saying where it's like, well, if you didn't have men, who'd protect you? From what? Men protecting us from other men. Because men know that they inherently have a lot of issues and they take it out on women. It's a bit of a negative deviation. But my point is that this person, if they want to make it work with you, if professional advice is needed here, then they're going to be in a position where they're ready to do that so that you two can make it work. And that's good. I think this person's learnt a lot of lessons. They've seen you change as well. And I think that's really nice. So I want to get a timing card. Hang on. This year on the bottom, remember I said New Year? Let's see if we can get one. When you let go. So there you go. Don't hold on to this. It'll come in when it's supposed to.